Hey guys, I got a couple emails from some people asking me what kind of system and hardware I use. So I thought I'd just make a quick video, go over some of the specs and hardware that's made me able to accomplish some pretty great, impressive benchmarks. That being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first off, first monitor. This is my main monitor. I just got it. It's a Qnix 2710 Evolution 2. 2560 by 1440. These are overclockable to 120 Hertz. They're South Korean model, but they are Samsung PLS screens, and so they are significantly underpriced, but again, overclockable to 120 for you gamers. I have a video on how to do that and how easy it is. I leave this at 60 Hertz unless I'm gaming. I put it up to 110, 120 Hertz. But yeah, I bought the, basically it's called the Perfect Pixel. I would recommend spending a little extra money on it because you're going to get guaranteed no dead or stuck pixels, and mine basically has no backlight bleeding whatsoever. So great buy. I have an unboxing of this, so you guys can check that out if you're interested. Over here is my 23-inch Acer S232HL. Again, this is actually overclockable to 75 Hertz. Some people don't know that, but it is. So I keep that at 75 Hertz. And I use that just for monitoring, monitoring any kind of programs I'm using as far as temperatures and stuff. Moving on. First off, let me show you guys something. This is my PS3 controller. I use this on my gaming system, which is this. So all of you console people out there that say you have to use a mouse and keyboard to play games on your computer are ridiculous. And the simple fact is that computers are way ahead of the console in terms of performance, graphics, you name it. Alright, that being said, I use a ThermalTake GT10 case. I love it. XSPC Dual Bay with a Swiftech MCP 655 pump, which is a variable pump. Speeds 1 to 5. I'd highly recommend getting a variable pump. You can adjust your speeds, and flow rate, and what have you. I love it when you see how much tubing I'm running. One pump runs it all. Don't even need two pumps. Down here, you can also see that the Swiftech, or excuse me, that the ThermalTake comes with three 200mm fans. You'd have one in the front here. One will be up top here. That one up top I removed just because I'm using a radiator instead. And I'll show you kind of a neat feature as we go around the side of the case. Good feature, can lock all your hard drive bays. First bay I use a SSD, Corsair 120GB. 2, 3, and 4 each have their own terabyte drives, and 5 I'm not using right now. But I want to show you just how easy it is to just, basically all you do is you push this button, the drive slides out, boom, 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 put your drive in, slide it back in, you hear a click. The SATA and power is already on this side, so technically you can pull that out and put a new drive in, slide it in, you're ready to go, lock it, no one can get to it. Coming around the side, for headset I use a G930 Logitech, they're 7.1 surround sound, 110 bucks. I love these. I'm going to do a separate review on these, but you know, I can go outside as far as range on these, and just amazing sound quality. I love them. So no complaints in that department. As far as radiator, this is my main radiator. It is a 1080, so it's 3 by 3 120s that I use as my main radiator. It's powered as far as fan wise. I have some Silverstone 180mm air penetrators, which are amazing. I'm probably a good 3 feet, 3 feet from this right now, and it just feels like there's a fan in your face. No push-pull, just push. I'm so impressed with those air penetrators. I'm going to be installing a couple more into my actual case. I'll show you where those are going to be at here in a second. Here's the other 200mm fan. What's nice about these fans is they're variable speed, so they have a high-low, 600 to 800 RPM. But they also come with, and this is how you adjust the high-low, like that. So I have them on high. But they also come with another great feature, which is basically if you have like say you have a green, you're going with green for your computer, boom. Say you're going with red, you've got the red. They do a bunch of different multifunction colors as far as you can do the rotation. You can even do like a solid rotation if you wanted to. Or you could just have them off. But since my theme is blue, I keep them on blue. It has the little window here. I was hoping it would be a little bit bigger, but it's alright. You know, you can see most of the main components in there as it is. Basically, what's also nice about this is a swinging door and how this opens, and which I'll show you, but you can lock it. So you can also lock your door. To open it, down here, little button, just push, and it slides open like a door. And then basically what's really nice is you can actually remove, just by pulling up on this door, you can remove the whole door instead of dealing with cases. And it just basically goes on just like this, chink, and closes back up. Pretty easy. For the good stuff now, basically I have the Silent Pro Gold 1200 watt power supply, which I like a lot, and very quiet. I can't even hear it. Two 7970s diamonds, diamond 7970s, excuse me, both running at 1300 on the core and 1700 memory, which is pretty good. Very, very fast. Frame rates are crazy as far as frames per second. Battlefield, just absolute amazing. In fact, I'm going to add a third one, and I'm going to go directly. I buy them directly from Diamond's website. So if you're looking for a good overclockable 7970, that's the one. It's not the gigahertz edition, and it's not any of the dual that have the dual DVI slots for them. It's just the old 7970, great overclocker. I'm probably going to get a lot of questions on how I made that blue. If you're familiar, these are Komodo water blocks, full cover water blocks specifically for the 7970. And this is normally red. People are probably going to ask me how I made that blue. And in fact, I'm going to make a video and I'll show you guys how you can make this any color your tubing is. So whatever other color your tubing is, you can match this. Alright, moving on. So as far as the board itself, it's a Crosshair 5 formula from Asus. I love this board. It just has a lot of good features, a lot of DDR3 memory slots. It has 4, which is plenty, and then as well as a bunch of different overclocking features, which make it amazing. I love it. As far as tubing, this is all UV reactive tubing. Down here, I have my UV lights. I'm still working on. Believe it or not, I still have some stuff I need to do to this. So I'm still working on those, but it's all UV reactive, so this at night glows bright blue, which is nice, matches my LEDs. Half-inch inner diameter by 3/4 inch outer diameter. All my fittings are Swiftech compressed fittings, and very reliable. When those things are on there, they're on there. I completely trust them, no matter what. I really like Swiftech products, as you can see. The CPU itself is an AMD FX 8350 that I have overclocked right now, running. I run stable at almost 5 gigs, about 5 gigahertz, I would say. And that is a that's a Raystorm water block for it, which I like a lot. It seems to keep my CPU under load. Very, very cool. I have an XSPC 60mm by 120, another radiator here. Basically, I have My main radiator, the big boss, runs directly to my CPU. CPU up to my 160mm radiator, which then goes down into my cards. And from my cards back up to the bay. As far as RAM, those are Patriot Viper Extreme 2s that I have at 6. They're 2133 and their timings are 11:30, but I actually use them at 1866 megahertz with completely different timings to help stabilize and prime. And I'm going to make a video about all of my settings, so maybe you guys can take that as a base. One thing important to note is that no two systems are alike, so because it works for me, it may not work exactly the same way for you, but it might give you a better idea of what kind of settings you need to have when you're overclocking your AMD chips. On the back side, that is a Black Ice GT10 Stealth 120mm radiator that I run from my bay. It goes from my bay to that, and then from that into my other radiator. Just as a stopping point, just to kind of pre-cool anything before it goes through the big hoss. So anything that comes out as big hoss is very, very cool. Yeah, so that's basically it. Let me show you guys in here. I braided the power cable in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's all braided. I need to braid this. I'm going to do this when those other air penetrators come. Down here you can also mount another 120mm fan, which I'm going to do that for airflow inside the case. And you know, that's it. I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you watch my video on my settings for how I overclock my AMD and my graphics cards. So thank you for watching, guys. Any questions, email me.